Howdy doody. Wait, what?
Howdy doodly, neighbor.
How's it going? Welcome to the DarkSide Gaming Podcast. We are your host, Reaver.
And Sojax.
And this is podcast number 32.
32.
32.
Also your age.
No.
No.
It's just cringe. I knew it. There's a Twitch emote for that, American. You need to learn how to Twitch, alright? Doom can teach you.
Dude, don't feel bad. I don't know how to Twitch.
Doomsday can teach you, alright?
Doomsday's not watching.
Doomsday is watching.
Is he?
He should have been. I saw him watching earlier.
He's not watching.
Where's my moderator? There he is, right there. Alright, so what have we been doing past week?
Let's see. Had I finished Zelda already before? No, I hadn't. I have finished Zelda.
Finished it.
I have finished Zelda. Okay, well, correction. I have finished the main quest. I have defeated Ganon. You can all rest safe tonight.
You have saved Hyrule?
I have saved Hyrule. It was actually really solid, really fun. I won't say any spoilers or anything like that. I know there's a lot of people. I'm actually the only one, me and one other person in my store have actually beat it so far. Obviously, we've all had to, give or take the same amount of time. And,
you also lived and breathed it.
I did, but I know a couple of them did too, but they're just really going for that 100% completionist on the first shot. I decided not to for a couple of reasons. One, Mass Effect was dropping.
I was about to say Mass Effect.
And two,
biggest reason.
Actually, a few reasons. So, two, I wanted to be able to... I wanted to not play it as much so that my wife could play more. And three, because the DLC expansions will be coming out. And fun fact, if you get the perfect ending, I think it's the better setup for the expansions. That's all I'll say. I'll explain it to you later on because I know you know. Or at least now you don't know. You don't care so much about knowing because you have no idea when you'll be able to play it.
I have no idea when I'll be able to play it. But I will play it, and I don't care if it's spoiled. So
yeah, plus it's Zelda. It's
the journey is there for me.
The journey to
that.
But so anyway, I'll wait for the expansions. Possibly I'll wait for both expansions or both packs to come out or whatever, depending on what each one adds, to go back and play it. And it's rumored that there's going to be actual hard mode to play as. And some people are speculating that it's actually going to be on par of difficulty of like Dark Souls range of difficulty for it. I can totally see how they could do that because in just the regular mode you can't choose a difficulty, but in the regular mode certain enemies can get pretty smart and they can get a little tricky on you and they know when to block and when to and how to like pack tactics you and fucking overwhelm you sometimes.
Speaking of smart AI, what do you think about Andromeda multiplayer?
The multiplayer is a ton of fun. It's I've got a lot of catching up to do. Even you guys only had it a few days ahead or whatever, but there's just a lot of stuff to unlock, a lot of stuff that I'm just kind of slowly going and working and understanding. The combo systems I think is really fun when we can pull it off properly, and I just need to find a class that really, really just syncs with me. So far, I've been playing mostly the engineer.
Every class that I play, there's always one other ability I wish they had.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta find the one that you can do,
right,
and then just stick with it. Like there's classes that specialize mainly in doing weapon damage,
right.
So it's like they have abilities, but it's like the classes mainly focus on their weapons with their abilities as a
little backup.
God, what's
flavor,
the fucking word?
Aesthetic.
God. Dude, I do this for I just do this and I can't even speak.
You used the wrong no. Oh, there it is.
He corrected himself.
God damn.
Education. He doesn't have it.
Well, he was part of that. He wasn't schooled during the No Child Left Behind.
He knows has it. No Child Left Behind. They were all left behind.
Yeah.
The rest of the world. Anyway.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing this week is, a little bit of work, a little bit of school, and
Compliment. They're meant to compliment the character.
Ah, there you go.
God damn it.
I thought you were like suddenly requesting a compliment. I was like, your beard's long.
Well, man, I know. I'm gonna chop it off here soon.
Good. So finished off Zelda for what I'm satisfied with finishing it off. But I ended up I think around 80 shrines completed. A bunch of Korok. Anyway, it was a ton of fun, and I did fully upgrade. No, the child. Oh God. So anyway, I had fun with Zelda. Finished that off. Picked up Mass Effect. Played that. after some technical issues, been having a good amount of fun with it. And that's pretty much what I've been doing most of the week. A little bit of mobile games here and there. Super Mario Run came out for the phone, for the Android people, if anyone cares.
That's right, yep, it did.
It's getting terrible backlash from people because of the fact that it has such a strong paywall. You can play the first 3 levels-ish, I think. And then after that, you have to pay $10 to unlock the rest of the game. You don't even have full access to the whole game. It's not like Fire Emblem Heroes, where you can play the entirety of the game with no microtransactions, but you have the option. Like, I still have not spent $1 on Fire Emblem, but for Super Mario Run, you do indeed have to.
So they give you a trial.
Pretty much, you get the demo.
Well, you get a demo.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And it plays okay enough.
So they're just mad that Mario game costs money.
Yes, but this is showing that Nintendo is not fully grasping what the mobile market is. The mobile market's a completely different animal from what they're used to being able to price a Mario game at whatever they want and sell it. But in the mobile market, you can't completely bar people from playing. Now they could make their game damn near unplayable if you don't spend money, like a bunch of the other mobile games. And even that would have survived better. But people all over the world, in Japan and America, nobody's happy about it. Nobody's happy about this stiff $10 wall to play the game. And it's not much, but for a mobile game, that's a little steep.
Honestly, I'd prefer a straight pay over this fucking microtransaction, way expensive, more than $60 type of fucking game.
Yes, if you're the type to ever spend on microtransactions. I prefer the game to where the patient people, you can just play the game for free. Don't gotta worry about it. Keep going. Whatever, pay your dues in the ads, so to speak, by being forced to watch those sometimes. But the stiff paywall is just kind of like an FU to the people that prefer microtransactions, and those people exist, and it's scary. I don't get it. I still haven't spent anything on even Mass Effect, even though I'm really, really tempted to because I want a bunch of the really cool shit. But and the fact that I only picked it up, I picked it up for less than half price, so I'm not too mad about that. Picked it up for $22.
Well, we just need to run some golds. And then,
last night we were running mostly gold.
Mm-hmm. And then buy a whole bunch of the 20K packs or the 5K packs.
Yeah, I did a bunch of the only did one of the 100.
The premium pack.
Premium. The rest I did were expert, and then some of the.
Because I'm at the point right now where I have a lot of the other ones, I just don't have them ranked up a lot, really high.
Right.
And I need a lot of the mods.
I thought it was funny that last night, me and Doom had a starry added, and he's like, "Dude, just grab one of the 20,000 boxes." And you're like, "Well, first one there it is."
Sorry, added.
Yeah, god damn it.
Now I'm only missing 2 characters. No. Yeah, 2. The Krogan engineer and the Angaran Avenger. That's it.
I got one of the.
So I have one ultra rare and one uncommon. That's all I'm missing.
Yeah. That's pretty much what this last week has been for me. Pretty much finishing Zelda, Mass Effect, a little bit of mobile games. Oh, and I started up another playthrough on Persona 4. Golden on the
because Persona 5 is coming.
Persona 5 is coming out April 4th, so I'm definitely not going to finish it by then. But I do, and I'm not going to pick it up. I have it pre-ordered, but I'm just going to this one literally. I'm not going to pick it up.
Just slowly pay until
literally,
it's all
I'm going
paid
to do
off.
$5-10 a paycheck until it's paid off. I'm really mad because I missed the collector's edition of it. I didn't really care about much of the stuff that was in there.
You would have had to pick it up day one if that was the case.
We found a little loophole. I'll tell you about later.
Fucking bitch.
I found a loophole. We'll tell you about later. But you know what I'm actually interested in playing after I'm done with Mass Effect and stuff is Horizon Zero Dawn. I want to check it out.
A lot of people are talking about it. I have no inclination of starting up my PS4.
I want to check it out just because it got some really good reviews and everyone's like it's.
I was really interested in it. It's just I have my willpower to even press the on button. It's bad.
I know. I feel it.
I have so many things to play on my PC, and now that we have a PC in the living room as our entertainment center, which is a whole lot better of an entertainment center than a console. I'm sorry, I can do more things with it. It works better. Let me just put that because yes, you can browse the internet on your PS4. It's the slowest fucking thing ever.
Sure, I agree.
But I can do anything with that thing. I just can't play PS4 games, obviously.
I was going to say.
I know you're going to, you little jackass. But, that's what emulators are for. Speaking of emulators, Breath of the Wild is about to be playable to completion in about 2 months.
Think so?
3 months. That's what the person says.
But how rough is it going to be for them to keep that up? Nintendo's going to beat the fuck out of them.
It's in a great area under emulation. It's emulation, it's not a rip because it's not on PC.
Yeah.
So it's an emulator, and emulators have been able to get away with pretty much everything so far. So here's the thing, though. Once it's done and it's out in the wild, it'll forever be out in the wild. They can't stop it.
Breath of the Wild will be out in the wild?
Yes. So my thing is, I'm thinking about, like, when if it's completed, I'm going to try to grab it as soon as possible.
What will be difficult, though, is there are some, they're not super, I don't want to say relevant, but crucial to the story completion, to the game completion. But there's a few of the shrines that you need motion controls to complete the puzzles. So I don't know how they're translating that.
I don't know. They
might do a thing where you press a couple of buttons and then you move the mouse one way or the other, and it'll
probably
do something like that. Speaking of which, towards the end, I wanted to take a look. Maybe I don't know if I care if we do it on or off, but my mouse is definitely taking a dump, so I want to look at some options that exist out there.
Yeah, we will. Sure, we'll do it towards the end. That way we can.
What have you been doing this week?
What have I done? Mass Effect.
What's that?
Mass Effect. Currently, right now, for the weekend, Warframe is having their 4th anniversary event right now.
Do they let bad games exist that long?
Amanda's triggered.
I know. I'm gonna feel like John Clap flying through the fucking house.
But no, mainly Mass Effect. A little bit of the story. I've barely touched the story. I've been playing mostly in the multiplayer.
Every time I want to play Doom or you are on, and I'm like, fuck! I want to play the single player, but I'm like,
I've been the same way. Although, like, I'll get on and then like, I just want to play multiplayer. It's funny because it's just a horde mode.
Yeah, essentially.
Nix it. No one is surprised by that. By what?
By what?
That I'm playing Mass Effect. That A needs to go to the S.
Stupid ass phone.
And no channel. Nope, E and space.
There we go.
There you go. That's how you know you did it right.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's been forever since I did that. I just wanted to put it up there so my peeps can see.
No, surprise! I'm playing Mass Effect. No.
Mass Effect. Yeah, no. We've been waiting for that for a long time. I was really gonna try to fight the urge to play it or to get it soon, but I found out that I could get a discount on my digital versions of the origin codes, of certain origin codes at the store. So I was like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I absolutely. I love the multiplayer, and it's crazy because it's just a horde mode essentially, with some objectives thrown in between waves and stuff. But I love it. I like it. It's simple. It's fun. I enjoy it. I like the variety.
I think that's the beauty of don't overthink it.
And then if you're getting too bored of it, like, okay, I'm doing the same thing over and over, go and play single player.
Yeah. Or a different game altogether.
Or a different game.
I mean, at the end of the day, I know that I'm still always, I think for a long time, I'm going to be forever on the fence of if you force me to choose my PC or my PS4, it's going to be really, really hard for me because there's things about each that I like. But at the end of the day, the simplicity of having a literal library of games on your PC.
You're slowly moving over digital.
I mean,
so here's the thing: Sojax loves physical things.
I love shit in my hands.
He's a materialist. He likes. You are.
Oh my god! You made me sound like some shallow whore.
Kinda. No, he likes physical things. He likes to hold in his hand and go, hey, I own this. Look, here it is. I haven't beat you with it. I can barter with this. But
dude, I still got my Pandora's box from God of War 3.
I know you do.
That thing's dope.
I'm not gonna lie, I do like some collector's editions where you get
my question is, why couldn't they just like, all right, collector's edition of
here's the
blah,
code
blah, blah.
in the box.
No, or they just email you the code and they're like, hey, whatever, we'll send you the statue and shit. Because, like, for example, World of Warcraft, all right, or StarCraft or any Blizzard thing in the last few years, there's always been the option to just go digital deluxe or digital collector's edition, and you get the digital in-game stuff. But like, for example,
you miss out on all the physical.
You miss
things.
out on the mouse pads and the figures sometimes, and the like patches or stickers or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, and they're just fucking cool to have. So that's just.
I honestly don't know why they don't do it. It'd been cheaper for them to produce because they could sell your digital at the retailer as a physical. So like they have the digital code inside with a little scratch off, whatever,
sure.
And then package in all the physical stuff.
Well, even if you were on the internet, or you're on Origin or Steam or whatever, and you order the collection edition,
well, shipping, then you have to pay shipping.
If you want the collection edition, then you're gonna pay the shipping. That's not that difficult, in my opinion. Or, yeah, you know, you could be like, you're ordering, like, for example, one really
cool like
$100
collector's edition, but pay another $10, so $110 for the.
We already don't pay tax.
We already don't pay tax.
So you're pretty much coming out even, except you get your game digital like you usually would.
Well, you would pay tax now, right? Because now there's some physical items included. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know, but I obviously it wouldn't be that difficult. And yes, the short answer would be, okay, well, if you really want that collection edition stuff, just go get it. Just go buy it. Mm-hmm. Okay, Mass Effect, I could not find one. GameStop didn't even have an item number for a physical copy of Mass Effect Andromeda. Even if I was a type of, no, I want my hard copy, Mass Effect, BioWare, EA, gave us no choice. So, it's just a personal little gripe, I guess. Mm-hmm. I'm getting over it, I guess, but, like, I don't know. I guess here's the thing. I don't know if it's publishers looking at it as PC players don't need it or don't care for it, or they're looking at it as maybe they have more money, and so they can just afford to go and buy from our apparel shop, or you know, where I don't need the physical because I went and bought this 6-inch life-size Garrett statue, like
motherfucker's like $90.
Or, you know, like, whatever, and, like, here's all my little stuff. Like, they can go and, you can go to, like, Think Geek or whatever and get your geek of stuff and then have it all over your room. You don't have to go and get that collector's edition and pay extra for it.
Well, I guess then if they made it accessible to, you know, one thing you can't find, for example, that Pandora's box. For example, Alduin's statue and then him on a dragon wall from the legendary collector's edition of Skyrim. When that first came out, that thing was fucking amazing. I'm pissed we never got it.
True.
But, I don't know. Like I said, it's a personal gripe. But what else have we been doing this week?
So yeah, single player, multiplayer, really not much else, honestly. No. Not much else. Still unpacking.
Oh, I did try Orisa.
Oh, did you?
On Overwatch.
How was she? I've been meaning to do that, but Mass Effect just...
Once in a week or two, once the super high of Mass Effect is down a little bit, I know we'll be down to play. Orisa's really fun. She can really pull a team together, pun intended, because she can also pull a team together. But that thing doesn't work super well all the time. At worst, it like jumps you. Like I think the video is like a little exaggerated, and that's like in the perfect scenario because I almost never see it work that way. Because I feel like the momentum of like you go in this direction, you get pulled back, you almost. Like it's like
almost like
2 steps forward, 1 step back. Like it's like not a full thing, but it can fuck some shit up. And like especially like if you see a widow about to fucking dome somebody, you just fucks up her shot. But her little fucking mobile barrier thing's tight as shit. She got like that super like hardcore mode. She takes a lot less damage for a few seconds. She moves fairly quick for a tank, but she can keep that point moving, and especially on a
objective, and with that mobile barrier.
That mobile barrier is pretty dope because especially the nastiest combo right now is fucking Orisa and a Bastion. You put that thing out, especially if you can put it on the objective that's moving. You put it on it so it's moving. You put Bastion right behind it. Like here, just
and then Reinhardt steps in as that breaks.
Yeah, correct. No, and that's the other thing that that's back as a regular combo again. But Orisa, she plays solid. She's got her main fire. It's like 200 rounds in the clip or whatever.
Jeez.
She's fun, and her colors are cool, and a lot of really cool inspiration from like Beatles and like, not the Beatles, just Beatles.
Numerak.
Slowly, but it's fun. That's, shout out to Gaijin Goomba on YouTube on the Game Theorist channel, but he went through and fucking nitpicked every little detail and everything. It's not so much Nubian and Egyptian as it is actually specifically Nigerian, including her little drum thing that she drops. It's a lot like this like ceremonial drum that they use because it's a sound wave that's making everybody like buffed or whatever. So it's actually really cool. The lore behind her is solid, and I enjoy it, and she's fun to play.
Nice.
She's fun.
So, yeah, I didn't have much to talk about. So
Mass Effect.
Let's go over to. Why don't we do this first?
All right. Yeah. Fucking.
Since Doom is now watching.
Oh, we had something for him.
Doom, are you here?
Hello.
Yep, there you go, Doom. That's all you.
Call of Duty Wii. Call of Duty Wii.
Call of Duty Wii.
This is what we've been waiting for. The motion controls.
So we don't know if they're just saying World War II or World at War II or whatever.
Or World War 11.
But we have been hearing for a while now that Sledgehammer Games, these devs, we'll be taking Call of Duty back to its roots. So it looks like we're going back to World at War, World War II.
Which, to be fair, is where Call of Duty started. Call of Duty started with World War II.
Yeah, you just had like Big Red 1 and all those other ones, but like World at War was, I think,
the third one in the franchise.
Yeah, was really big. And then there was...
Well, it was the one right after Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
It was Call of Duty on the consoles at least. It was Call of Duty 2, 3, 4 Modern Warfare, and then World at War.
World at War.
Which,
and Modern Warfare is what got
Call of Duty really 4 Modern Warfare
skyrocketed Call of Duty.
Threw it on the map, and everyone's like, holy shit, first-person shooters are good, and not just fucking vets with PTSD play this game. It was cool. I mean, no offense to the vets with PTSD, feel sorry for you, feel better, but the FPSs just weren't super popular, except in the PC community they were at that time, but not on consoles. On consoles, nobody was good at it.
No.
Especially...
There was no good ones. Back on computer, we had Wolfenstein, had
Doom.
Counter-Strike, Doom, whole bunch of those games. There wasn't... So Call of Duty 4 was kind of what put shooters on the map for consoles.
Yep.
And then you had World at War, which everyone loved. That was the last time there was co-op campaign, except for, I think it was Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Maybe Black Ops 3.
I don't think so.
I could have swore I remember something,
Maybe.
but I could be wrong.
Maybe not.
I haven't truly paid attention to Call of Duty in a long time.
So this is all leaked, by the way.
Right.
So take it with a grain of salt. But also, this source was the same source that leaked this is the same one who linked Infinite Warfare super early, and he was right. So, if this is World at War 2 Doom, would you be happy? But here's the big thing. Will this even help Call of Duty right now? Because everyone's wanting the older stuff back again. We were talking about this before stream.
If this artwork...
Oh, yeah. Let me put the artwork up.
We don't know if this is legit. Yada, yada.
Oh,
yeah. Scoot that shit up.
And...
There you go. That's good.
There we go.
You see those big steel thingies right there?
This is Normandy.
That's Normandy. That is the invasion of Normandy.
Any of the beaches, actually. Omaha Beach, all of them had...
But specifically
iconically Normandy.
I don't know, man. Like, I just have such mixed feelings for it. I'm all for original ideas. Yeah, we have no idea what the real one's going to be then with all this.
Yeah, more of the beach storming.
Yeah.
But definitely World War II. I mean, if they didn't even have this and they only showed this, we'd be like, okay, World War II. Immediately seeing the fucking barricades and all that shit.
Yeah, more than likely. I don't know. I don't know how much I care anymore. I don't know Oh, well, okay. A lot of questions will be right. I don't mind a game in World War II. I plan to be a history professor, so I eventually will know a lot about
more
this.
than you care to know.
More than I care to know. Well, I care to know, but like more than like your normal person would know. But World War II, just in my opinion, just so romanticized, and so many details of what actually happened and mattered get lost in the details, or get just fantasized. Like, oh god, yeah, it was just such a great time. It wasn't, but I just wish that they would have the imagination to do something different. I think part of what made the World at War great was the fact that it was set in the Pacific Theater. And if this is what they're showing us, that's clearly not Pacific Theater. That's European theater.
Yeah, obviously.
So, I don't know. We'll
there
see.
wasn't too much Pacific, and a lot of people, it looks like, don't really care for the Pacific Theater type stuff. I mean, it's been done, but not much.
World at War is the only one that did a great job of it. There's been a couple other small ones, but nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing great.
So will this help Call of Duty? Not in my opinion. As long as they still have crates with weapons in them for the multiplayer that you can buy, then the game is still broken in my opinion, and I still won't buy it. If they don't have that, if they take that out, I might pick it up.
If they take out the microtransactions portion,
if they take out the weapons in the crates of the microtransactions. If you just put skins in there, cosmetics,
I don't give a shit about
taunts, fucking emotes, I don't care.
Yeah.
I could care less. I just don't change gameplay by putting weapons in there.
Right.
Because then it's broken. Then I need to buy it. And I won't buy it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I don't know. Well, we were talking about this before it came out. Right. I don't... Call of Duty, man. Had fun with it so much back in the day. A lot of earlier memories.
Yeah, no, I mean I did too. It was my first real shooter that I played. I think had I not played Call of Duty 4 as much as we did beforehand, I'm not even sure I would have ever given Mass Effect a shot. Because at that time I did not even look. If I looked in the game and it had guns, I looked away. I didn't care about guns in games. It would bore me.
Shooters?
Guns in games. Shooters in general. And while Mass Effect is an RPG at its core, it's a third-person shooter.
It's an RPS, role-playing shooter.
I can honestly say that I think it would at least taken a lot more convincing, or like if you had picked it up after watching the play, I might have eventually been like, oh, all right, let me give it a shot. But like, I don't know if you remember, but I was like so much more excited about playing Oblivion than Call of Duty when we had those. You should go Call of Duty.
The only reason I got the 360 back in the day was because Oblivion.
Yeah, I remember.
Was a launch title for it.
Yeah, it was a launch title. I remember you stood in line and you picked up 2 because you picked up one for your buddy that day too.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because then years later, when the PS4 came out, I ran out with 2 because I had yours with me. I remember I walked out and they're like, "Oh man, I just got 2 PS4s." I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, just what?
What?
I'll beat you with this one and then give that one to my cousin."
Yep. Bitch. American said Team Defender was the fucking shit.
Team Defender was a ton of fucking fun.
That was.
Especially when the 4 of us played. I don't know his online tag, but your youngest brother and then American and you.
Dribbles, just called Dribbles.
When the 4 of us would get down, dude, it was nasty. It was tons of fucking fun.
Oh yeah, dude. I love that
Team Defender was 3
of the 3 of us, all like back to back that we took. Back when we had the theater mode. I don't know why they ever did that. Dude,
games just like fucking get it right, and I don't understand. And actually, you know what? We can shit on Mass Effect a little bit forward too about having features and then taking them out. Why is it so difficult to make a good-looking fucking writer this time around?
Oh, I plan on talking about that.
Why does my dude look like fucking surgery face transplant recovery victim?
They have horrible options.
Now, I've watched some people online. Like, I took my time. Like, I spent an hour making.
Why couldn't they just take the Sims?
EA owns it. Like, hey,
and then move it over and go, hey, here, guys, use this.
Well, the Sims
because we can just sliders, or let me pull and create the face. Like, let me do that shit. If I want to make Bozo the Clown, let me make Bozo the Clown.
No, I understand to a certain degree some of the limitations because based on what your writer looks like, it'll help determine what your twin writer looks like and what your daddy writer looks like. I get that. Like, I made my the first one I just went with the stock default ones, and I saw how everybody looked, and then I started up and made my dude the way I wanted to make him look, and because he's a lot browner, he looks He looks Mexican, pretty much.
My guy looks a little Puerto Rican.
I give them. I'm channeling my inner Dritz. They all have purple eyes. But anyway, Daddy Ryder's got purple eyes. He looks like he's fresh off the boat too. Like, we look Mexican. We're the Riders.
In your low rider?
I'm the Rider, man.
This guy.
Also, Americans should get Mass Effect. I don't know what he's doing with his life.
He doesn't like sci-fi.
He doesn't like good shit.
He's like you. He sees laser swords and laser bolts, and he's like, nah, look away.
Gotta get woke.
Let's talk a little bit about Mass Effect.
Let's talk about Mass Effect.
Actually, I'm going to rename this to Missed Opportune, if I could spell. No.
Missed Ops.
What?
OPPS. Missed Ops.
Missed Ops?
Yeah. Look, spelling.
Whatever.
I'm a history major, not a spelling major.
See, sci-fi's dumb. See?
Awesome.
So...
You're dumb.
Here's my... Oh, let's take this off. Because, fuck Call of Duty. So, missed opportunities. So, this isn't really going to have any spoilers. If you've seen any of the promotional material, you've seen it. If you've played any of the multiplayer, you've seen it. So, I'm not going to go into spoilers or anything. I'm not even that far. But... And we've touched on this a little bit in previous podcasts. It's pretty basic. If you didn't tell us we were in Andromeda, I'd never know. I would think we were still in the Milky Way. The aliens that you come across, like the Angarans, just normal people. They have backwards legs like the Turians and the Quarians and stuff. It's all the same. There's nothing very alien about anything or anyone, really. Mm-hmm. One of the dudes you come across, one of the aliens, he has a poncho, but he doesn't call it a poncho. He's got... It's just all similar and the same. It's all samey. It's there's nothing... If you took any of these aliens and put them in the Citadel in Mass Effect 3, you would have gone right past them and never even fucking noticed or realized. You would have been like, "Hey, what's that guy?"
Well, okay, I can defend this with an argument, maybe slightly reaching. Maybe the argument is that life grows similarly no matter which galaxy you're in. So I would say these are all also carbon based. I think they could have
for the most part
they could have really gone somewhere different and gone like silicon based or fucking.
Well, no, I mean there's no one like the Elcor or the Hanar or there's nothing that's different.
Nothing truly alien.
Nothing truly alien. Like whoever was the creative lead just was not creative when they did this. They just weren't. It just wasn't there.
I'm disappointed there's not like multi-armed aliens.
That's what I'm saying. We don't even have anything like the Batarians. Sure, they had arms and legs, but they had weird faces with multiple eyes and stuff. Mm-hmm. Or, something with like 3 mouths and talking surround. Like there's nothing different. Like they could have gone
like they talk angry at one end and like happy at the other end. That'd be crazy.
Could have had a guy with 3 arms, like one coming out of his back to tell along. Something different. Like come on. Like
he should just gun extra gangster from up here.
Yeah, like they could have gone so different, but they chose 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, a mouth, a nose. They looks like they took the Angarans and they just took like the Twi'leks from
pretty much like Twi'leks.
Mass Effect, and then just instead of having Laku that just hang around, they just kind of are attached and go down here like this. Like, okay, wow, ooh. Alien. Like I'm not shitting on Mass Effect. I like it. I love it, but I'm critiquing it in the fact that they could have gone. They missed so much opportunity with making it alien. Like they drill into us from the very beginning. We're going to a new place. We're discovering new things. It's all new. It's all different.
But it's not.
And it's more the same of the Milky Way.
Right.
And which we still haven't fully discovered. Like there's just so much that they could have done, and they just didn't do it.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
I'm not saying I'm not having fun with it. I am. I love Mass Effect. I love it as a franchise.
Right.
It's one of my favorites. It's right up there with like Star Wars and everything else. I really love the whole franchise. I just
like Episode 1.
I hope that if Andromeda gets a second, like a sequel, that they really open up and go, okay, let's do what we should have done.
It's also specified that we're in a specific the Helios cluster.
We're only in a small cluster in this galaxy.
So maybe we can do good on the maybe even expansions or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
It's just
the game is a ton of fun though. I'm having fun. Like I said, I just got to EOS.
Mm-hmm.
And I did some of the initial stuff, got the power back on, and I haven't found the second and third things to truly turn like all the power to change atmosphere yet. So I'm not that point yet.
Well, and another point is with exploration, I think they really missed a thing there too. Is there's nothing like you go and explore, and there's nothing really over the horizon that's like, hey, what the fuck is that?
Right.
It's just, and every planet you go to is more of the same of animals and creatures.
Yeah.
And on all these different planets, and it's just more of the same creatures.
Right.
It's, I don't know. It bothers me a little bit that they could have done so much more, and it was almost like this was really rushed.
But it's been in production for like 3 years or some shit, right? 5?
5 years. At least that's what they said. So it's like they had time. I mean, they could have done it. I mean, I don't know if it was a massive pain in the ass to put everything over into the Frostbite engine, which probably it was.
Probably.
Because it's not like they used the same assets. They completely didn't. Everything had to be completely redone.
Right.
Which gives me kind of hope for a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping this isn't a one-off. I'm hoping it does have a sequel because they can use the same assets.
Right.
And
so
then
there'll be a lot of time saved.
There'll be a lot of time saved to create new things.
Yeah.
New.
Like, all right, we just got to copy paste all these races and stuff.
And now let's add some more ones. Let's add something more alien. Let's add, a little more of this. It's just
because what would be funny as fuck. You find a gun that you can't use. You find a weapon, a thing that you're like, what? How the fuck does this work?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like something that uses 4 arms and it requires 3 to use, or something like that, and you just can't use it.
Wouldn't that be crazy? And then you have your 2 possibilities, right? You have like a straight combat spec person couldn't use it. But if you have someone tech, they're like, oh, all right, well, me and my scientists, we invented, like, I click this button on my armor, and there's, like, this third arm comes out and helps us shoot. Or, like, a biotic, they're like, yeah, I manipulate the second trigger or whatever the bullshit is with biotic powers.
They
we should have been on the fucking creative teams.
Whatever, man. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they could have done, and it just keeps boiling down to they could have done more to make it more.
They went
alien.
Too safe.
They went way too safe. Yeah, because the whole point of this was new discoveries. Let's find something new. We're bored of the Milky Way. We decided to leave the Milky Way.
They could have done this exact story and just stayed in the Milky Way.
Yeah, we're exploring this whole new section of the galaxy. None of the races have explored yet.
That could have also taken 600 years to get to.
Yeah, because there's no Mass Effect relays. They could have done the same thing just in the Milky Way.
That's funny. Look, their thing right here says meet astonishing creatures.
That's what I'm saying. Look, Twitter.
Oh, he's got a monocle though. That's pretty cool.
He's got a monocle, but he probably doesn't call it a monocle.
Oh no, it's a.
Oh, and then the other thing is how fast, and that's the other thing. You meet a whole new race of aliens, and they're on the exact same tech level as us. There's nothing much different.
Like, it would have been interesting if they were either super primitive or super crazy advanced.
Anything.
At the same time, we don't fully know what's going on yet with the ancient ruins and shit we're finding. But
the Remnant, I don't know much. Like I said, I haven't even gotten very far. It's I love the game though. I am having fun. The combat's fun. The gameplay's good.
No, yeah, I gotta say it's funny. I was reading this one thing where in the other 3 games, Shepard couldn't even jump.
No,
he couldn't even
There's no jumping.
This combat becomes so much more involved and what the reason
how we gripe on Call of Duty for having jetpacks, but we love the fact that we have a jetpack in this.
Because Mass Effect is in the future. Mass Effect is in the future. It makes more sense. But
we do have laser weapons.
But it's also not. It's one, we don't have to deal with it on a competitive level.
Yes.
2, since it's cooperative, it makes more sense. But it also tactically makes sense. You get the one good jump. You get the one good boost to dodge boost.
Yeah, there's no wall running.
There's no wall running. None of that crazy shit.
There's no 360 no scope. Teabagging bitches.
No. I teabagged a redneck yesterday.
No. Okay. But no, it's just like I said, I love the game though. I'm having fun.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy with the.
It's more of a constructive criticism. Like
$22 I spent.
Next one, guys, do something more. Come on, we want Alien.
Like,
we want it crazy.
Give me a country or a planet where. Oh my god, this guy got so lucky. Give me a country where the creatures are like descended from bulls.
A fucking Taurus race.
Give me Tauren.
Tauren.
I'm gonna come across.
Give me a Tauren.
Tauren 40K, just for American.
Oh god.
Give me a gnome race so we could punt them.
Which one do we want to do?
Let's talk about sex. Got it. Let's do the rapid fires.
Okay. Rapid fire news. News. Okay. So.
We forgot to do the old timey.
Oh, we did.
Oh well.
So let's do this. StarCraft Remastered.
Bye, Mass Effect. No, I'm super stoked for StarCraft Remastered. Also, EA could just make a few bucks and give me an RTS Mass Effect, dude. That'd be dope as fuck.
I would play it.
Yes, they're remastering the original StarCraft. And it was really funny. As he was putting this up, I had just sent him the link to this.
I know, like I had sent it to him on Facebook as a tag, and then he sent it to me as a message.
Yeah,
that was funny.
No, yeah. What's the next topic? Is a few little quick things here.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how it says.
So
still counts.
Here's the thing: full online support for StarCraft Remastered, which is crazy.
Non-battle.net.
Non-battle. Well, battle.net's not around anymore.
Exactly.
It is.
It's officially dead.
What is it? The Battle app or something?
Sure.
It's something. Blizzard app. I think it's Blizzard app.
Blizzard app. Yeah.
Whatever.
No. So fully remastered.
Yeah. 4K Ultra HD, the super wide, everything supported.
I'm officially gonna start saving up for an ultra wide monitor.
I want one so bad.
I'm gonna start putting literally just I'm gonna go and I'm gonna grab a Starbucks and be like, no, this $5 is going to my TV. That's what I'm gonna do because monitor.
Peasant.
No, this is gonna be so fucking dope because
Can you imagine RTS with ultra wide that actually supports it? Like Jesus Christ.
I enjoyed StarCraft 2 enough; it was fun, but I just did not. It never grabbed me by the balls like StarCraft 1 did.
Even the story?
I never finished the story.
Oh,
that's how much it didn't grab me by the balls.
Damn. StarCraft 1, ton of fun, dude. We had so much fun with that game.
I remember,
dude. We played a
lot.
I
love first StarCraft, and then especially oh god, they better release it with all the DLC at once and everything. The expansion.
Oh, I think so. I think it's gonna come with Brood War and all that stuff.
War, yeah, that's what it was called. That would be really fucking dope. I would be really excited for that, and then I'm excited for what this will do for the competitive scene out there too. That'll be fun.
People playing that again.
I mean, they still play it.
People still play StarCraft.
Korea, just literally everybody at the exact same time was like, yeah. Yatta! Whatever they say.
In the Japanese.
Japan. Nah, my bad. I don't know Korean culture whatsoever except for Diva.
Okay. Anyways.
Did you see the Diva pop they're doing?
No.
They're doing a full 6-inch with her mech. A giant ass fucking mech, and then little tiny Diva like that with a giant ass fucking mech.
Does she go inside the mech?
I don't know, but I'll go inside the mech.
I knew you were going to say it. So, American's PS2 plan. He wants to go buy PS2 with a couple of controllers. Maybe get the controller extension so we can have up to 4 controllers.
Okay.
And he wants to go buy Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. And just have game night over here.
Dang.
You know how much fun that'd be? Because I think, I gotta look it up. I don't know if Baldur's Gate supported 4-player. But, because remember, it only had 2 ports. But it might have, because you had to all stay on the same screen anyways. So, I don't know. Because you remember you had to have that special adapter so you could have 4 controllers connected. So, if it is, then we can all get down. But he plans on leaving it here, so even when he's not here, you can come over and we can play then. But that's the plan. Get it going. Next bit of news is Cyberpunk 2077. So, a lot of people, some people don't know about this game, some people do.
Holy shit.
What?
Baldur's Gate on PC supports up to 6 players online.
Oh, the
Baldur's Gate 2 on PC.
Yeah, it's not the same. Remember, Dark Alliance is the one you're looking for.
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2?
No, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance and then Dark Alliance 2. Both of them. They're different games. They never made it for PC. Barry said, "No playing it without me." It might only be 2 players, which means we would have to play it without you.
We have to take
when you're not here. You have to take turns.
I'm going to play a giant naked dwarf.
You mean a small naked dwarf?
No, giant naked dwarf.
Giant?
We made him giant, remember?
How we make him giant?
I don't know. It was some fucking cheat code.
Oh, okay. There you go. Konami codes for the win.
Konami codes.
So Cyberpunk, Cyberpunk 2077.
It is only 2 players.
It is only 2 players. Okay. Next game being done by CD Projekt Red, the makers of Witcher. They are not making a Witcher 4 like a lot of rumors are floating around that people have been saying.
Fake news.
Fake news. Alternative facts. The release date though, no time soon. 2019, maybe.
Yeah. So
we got a while to go.
But this is fine with a developer like CD Projekt Red. I would rather
they take your time,
sweet ass time.
And they do. They will. They're like no, it's not done yet. No. We'll release it when it's ready.
No, and that's fine because I've got too much shit to play between here and there. I need to this year because we're almost in April.
We're almost in April.
So it's 26. We only got a few more days left.
I got Dawn of War 3 coming out that I want.
Dawn of War 3. I personally am planning on
big RTS, bro. You're gonna love it.
I want to finish the single player Mass Effect. Eventually sometime ish. But in the summer, I like to do at least 2 or 3 big games and finish them up. One of them I really, really want to finish Final Fantasy 15.
What I really, really, really want you to do, I want you to buy Ryzen CPU.
We'll see.
Because they're cheaper than Intel. They're multi-core like crazy. Like the Ryzen 5. The highest one right now is $250. It's a 6-core processor with 12 threads. It's more than mine.
You said your what hertz?
Yeah.
Right.
We'll talk about it later, though. Next one. EA won't be at E3, but they'll be doing it around the same time. They're doing their EA Play thing, their own little conference.
They're just tired of being the ugly kids at the store every time.
So they're doing theirs like on that Saturday.
Probably.
And then Sunday will be something else, probably Bethesda. I think they're doing their Sunday thing again. And then E3 actually starts
We'll do our own
Monday.
E3 with blackjack and hookers. You know what? Forget the E3.
Forget the E3. So, things to expect. Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be shown off.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to have a whole bunch of unannounced games announced. Like, they're just going to be like, boom, 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 boom. Oh, my God.
Plants vs. Zombies 3. What else? Bejeweled 12.
Bejeweled 12.
Mm-hmm. Tetris 72. I don't know.
Okay. Next bit of news. God of War may come this year. So, voice actor Christopher Judge, who we've always said would be an amazing,
especially when
Kratos.
I was playing God of War and this was younger Christopher Judge and Stargate SG-1 playing Teal'c, and I'm like, man, he's a big, husky voiced.
He's
huge dude. He was ginormous. I don't know how he's doing nowadays.
And for you retards out there, Kratos is black. Why is he white then? It's the ashes of his family.
I mean, he's not really black. They're Mediterranean.
Yeah, Mediterranean. Yeah, he wasn't black.
But he's darker.
He's not African.
No,
but he was not. He was not like white.
No, but they were Greek.
Yeah,
Hellenistic. They're different. They're different culture and all that. But we always say Christopher Judge would make an amazing just because of the voice and the voice that and it might probably
the voice in the face.
The voice in the face. He just had it and he already rocked being bald.
Yep, and he was buff as shit already.
But anyway, he is voicing him in the new God of War, whether it be a remake or a.
We don't even know because they haven't said told us
shit.
This is a remake. This
all
is a reboot.
He now has a glorious beard. Is all we know.
And we know he's a Viking.
And he's got a white child.
But he's not a Viking. But he is, because he still had Spartan shit. But
the abilities are still called like Spartan Rage. And
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know, but if I get to kill like
alternative
some
timeline,
maybe. Well, I mean, if we get to kill some, it could be like maybe they migrated and like maybe he's a descendant.
Because that axe was distinctly Norse.
Yes, absolutely.
And there were Norse runes.
I love the Norse mythology, and it'll be really fun to explore a lot of the stories, especially if they like take some of the Ebony Warrior is a red guard, which proves that red guards can go to Sovngarde. Yeah,
I'm sure I spelled that wrong. Lord Valhalla.
Yeah, Sovngarde.
Guard, it's like GUA or the whatever.
It's Sovngarde. It's Sovngarde.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you're closer to the spelling than you think. But anyway, I know what you mean, and yeah, I agree. So yeah, it depends. But yeah, so I guess he tweeted.
He accidentally tweeted out that it would be out at like this year,
which isn't surprising. Santa Monica Studios isn't known for like making us wait forever.
No, yeah, and then like GameSpot in some other country tweeted out that it was going to be out this year on accident too. Earlier,
I'm not surprised. We got this announced last E3.
Yeah,
right? So it's about right.
And we heard him talking. We were like, "Is that Christopher Judge?"
I was like, "Is that Teal'c?"
Indeed.
So I'm pretty stoked about it because I love Christopher Judge as an actor, and his voice is absolutely amazing, and he's going to do
the perfect Kratos.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm really excited about that.
Not worried about the voice acting for that at all.
You know, what's one other thing we haven't considered? What if like that part we saw in E3 is just like the prologue, and we really actually play as his kid? That's the prologue.
No.
That'd be interesting.
I think they already addressed that. I think they said no, you will not play as the child.
Well, you might not. You might not play as the child.
No,
you'll play as the son, grown man.
No.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
No, because then Christopher Judge is only in the prologue, and that's all I'll play.
No, but then Kratos speaks to him in his, becomes his conscious.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
He's his god.
Yes.
Okay.
He was the god of war. So.
All right.
So that'll be fun.
So, we have a touchy subject to talk about. I played with the idea of not talking about this.
We have to talk about it, though. It's big in the gaming news right now. And, I think we can approach this, though, with
professionally?
A little bit of grace, yeah.
Alright, so JonTron, big YouTuber, big YouTuber from like early days of YouTube and everything. He's like in charge of multiple YouTube channels that are big.
Right.
JonTron. Anyways, he tweeted out a while back to Platonic that he loved like Banjo-Kazooie or whatever, and since they were making ukulele, he would love to voice act for it, and they said, yeah, sure, we would love to have you. And he went and did some voice acting for it. Well, recently, JonTron got red-pilled. He's a little more on the conservative side, right-wing. Mainly his viewpoints focus on, like, immigration and stuff. And apparently, the devs didn't like that, so they removed him from the game. Like, the game's not finished yet, I'm pretty sure. It's not out yet.
No,
but
not out yet.
But, like, he had already done the voice work, and they just took it away. Like, he had already done the work, and they're like, yeah, we don't want you associated with our game, so we're taking you out because you expressed a different viewpoint than we subscribe to.
Yeah. So, we can start expressing our opinion on this based on the fact that if you as an individual feel a certain way about any given particular subject, that shouldn't... your employer shouldn't have the right to essentially fire you because you have this opinion. And that's exactly what happened to JonTron here. JonTron expressed his views on illegal immigration, and because of that, Ukulele and whoever else is associated with that are like, yeah, we don't want this controversy, because right now that's a very hot topic with people right now.
Every major gaming outlet has been bashing JonTron for expressing right-wing views.
And it is...
Well, he had already done the work, and then they took it away.
And that's
so if he got paid for it, he already was paid, and then they asked for compensation back. So he still got paid. They just decided not to use it anymore.
Well, and
so it's not illegal.
This is the right. This is the touchy part, right? Because if he got paid for his work, he got paid. But they then made a executive decision to remove him and his work from the game. So if he got paid, they broke no laws.
Yeah, they broke no laws.
The problem then is with the details that we're not familiar with, whether or not there's royalties involved and blah, yada, yada, all that kind of shit. But...
Or even if he did it for free.
Even if he did it for free and they decided, you know what, thanks.
Then it's not illegal either.
No, but so it's... And that's where we won't probably know the details, or at least not anytime necessarily soon.
We probably won't know.
But this is just wrong because...
Well, here's the thing. The new biggest thing now is for the left to label anyone on the right racist.
That's
if you say that someone in this country on
Paula Deen, yeah,
it's
true. She was
although she used the N-word, didn't she?
She did, but the problem is that she actually, the incident which got her removed from the cooking, whatever,
Food Network.
This actually happened before she was even famous. This happened years and years and years ago.
Oh, yeah, like people using Trump's 10-year-old locker room talk type deal.
So, you're now paying for a mistake you made years and years and years and years ago. And it's funny because we were watching actually the Dave Chappelle stand-up they put on Netflix, which are very funny.
Oh, did you hear about how everyone's calling him transphobic and... they're bashing the shit out of him too.
Yeah. So it's
comedy is supposed to offend. It's the whole point.
It's the entire.
It's supposed to offend you. It's supposed to make fun of stereotypes. It's supposed to make fun of everything. No one's off topic. Like
to me, it's always been
off limits.
Either everything.
Yeah, you make fun of everything, or you make fun of nothing.
And this is why I love South Park. I know a lot of people like to love South Park. Yeah, I will agree. It has lost its edge over the years because it becomes a little too topical. And part of what made it funny before was that it would make fun of something that wasn't necessarily like super divisive in today's day and age, but it was something that was still relevant and funny and whatnot. They poke fun at everything.
Now they base it off of what's happening this week because they can knock out the episodes so fast.
Yeah, essentially, but. With Paula Deen, she got taken off because she used the N-word years and years ago. Obviously, not condoning the use of the N-word, but I think that's just it's a level of hypersensitivity.
It's too much. It's everyone is offended now, and not just I don't really like that. It's outrage culture now.
Yeah.
It has gone from you know what, I really don't like that. Let me just change the channel. To oh my fucking god, I can't believe they said that. Let's fire them. Let's protest.
Let's blackball them. Let's
blackball them.
Let's make it impossible for this person to make a living for the rest of their life. Because this removal of John Trump from ukulele is gonna make it really hard for him to keep going. Now I'm sure I don't know the status.
Well, he's a YouTuber. He lost a lot of subscribers off of YouTube, but he's still holding like 3.6 million.
And yeah, so a lot of people hopefully can look at this and like that's why a lot of times I don't care to know what John Travolta believes in. He believes in Scientology. I don't give a fuck. I don't care to know what let's see.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
Tiger Woods lost a lot of sponsors after his affair. So yeah, and an affair isn't even illegal.
No,
there's nothing illegal about it.
Well, honey, I didn't break the law.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Like, no, is it despicable? Yes.
Yeah.
But being right wing or being left wing isn't despicable either way. It's just we don't subscribe to the same politics.
How much?
Why can't we still be friends?
How much does or what a person thinks? How much does that affect?
It's that group thing too that I don't understand. If you don't think with the other group, if you're not thinking what they're thinking, then you're everything that's wrong with not your group.
What's really funny is that I can express personal opinions that I have, and simultaneously piss off both the left and the right.
Yes,
because I don't subscribe to either one of their full agenda because they're both full of shit in my opinion.
That's why most critical thinking people land somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
They're a little in this camp and a little in this, and each camp hates it. They're like, no, you should be all the way this way, or you should be all the way that way. No, it's middle of the road is where everything usually is.
And the thing is that in today's right now, March 2017, illegal immigration is a big conversation, and it's difficult because I grew up in a family where a lot of my family members were illegal immigrants, and I.
But see, here's
my
the
personal
thing:
feelings about it.
is that It's a personal opinion. I won't go into it.
Right. So, and I'm kind of touching on mine and not expressing it, but saying that I have my feelings, but do I? At the same time, though, like I don't know. It's difficult because John trying to express his feelings publicly, or his opinions publicly. Not necessarily.
It was on a I think it was on a podcast.
It's public.
Mm-hmm.
So, at what point do you have to decide? You have to be smart. You have to know you're in the public eye to a certain degree, even if you're a YouTuber, that you can either stay silent, just do your job. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. He's Kaepernick.
Okay.
This is the same thing to me. Kaepernick right now can't get signed to an NFL team because nobody wants to deal with his political agenda.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it.
No.
He has done an assload to help people. And whether or not you agree with his motives, he is helping thousands of lives through donations, through bringing in water, through educating youth, and all because he doesn't want to salute a fucking poem invented by somebody.
The reason why is it's negatively affecting the NFL's ratings.
And that part I can understand.
Because you have to remember, you might have a business. You can run it any way you want.
Sure.
But you are a slave to the public.
Yes.
Because the public is what consumes your media / work.
I also think, though, that this doesn't 100% fall on Kaepernick. A lot of this falls on because none of the really big-name teams are making it anymore. Everyone had shit teams. The 2016 season was terrible. It was boring.
It had the lowest ratings in a long time.
And I don't think that's 100% on Kaepernick. Now, that's my personal opinion on it. Yes, he was.
It could have been multiple things. Like, was it a factor? Probably.
There's no dynasty right now. There's no exciting players right now.
Nope.
There was a couple of good games here and there, but the game itself, the Super Bowl game, which is one of the biggest things to look forward to, it was the last quarter was the exciting part. So yes,
I didn't even watch it.
Me neither.
And I've always watched.
I watched highlights because I had zero excitement about it, and I was like, oh, I guess I want. Who was the other team? Was it the Falcons?
I think so.
The
Patriots and the Falcons.
I think so.
Yeah.
I want the Falcons to win because nobody wants the Pats to win. So.
And I wanted the Patriots to win because no one wanted the Patriots to win. They wanted the Falcons. So.
Yeah. So, it's to me it's the same. If we're gonna defend John Trump, we have to defend Kaepernick too. That's the way I look at it, because you cannot blackball somebody for their opinion. This is the same thing that was going on in the 70s and 60s, 70s, and 80s, labeling somebody a communist. The moment you label somebody a communist, oh, fuck, you're a red commie, fuck you. You're not getting jobs, you're not going to get work. All because of an expressed opinion.
I mean, it's also happening, to bring it a little more into this century, mm-hmm. or, closer, is being a conservative or coming out as conservative is a lot like coming out as gay back in the day. Milo Yiannopoulos, a lot of people, you might hate him, you might like him, whatever. He's gay himself and a conservative, and he compares it that way as well. And a lot of conservatives actually compare it like, oh, I came out as gay, family's all right with it. Come out as conservative, family disowned me. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's obviously a lot of it depends.
It's taboo now, like. Especially, which is, I don't understand it. Politics just throws me through a loop sometimes. I don't understand. I don't know why people just don't critically think anymore.
No, because
they'd rather just have everything spoon-fed to them.
Absolutely, and that's
because it's easier. But it
is.
But then you're a slave to everyone else's agenda of who you're reading.
I personally have strong feelings towards people who consider the word of Rush Limbaugh the word of God.
I know you're talking about.
And it's funny because in Family Guy, who also does a great job at poking fun at the problems with today, mm-hmm. There's an episode where Rush Limbaugh actually voices himself in the show, and Brian, the super crazy, feminist liberal dog, goes full conservative.
I remember that. Yes, he goes full conservative
because it turned at the end of the day, the show puts the fact that there's a lot of people today don't really feel one way or the other. They just want to be the out group.
Yep.
That's why right now and in the next few years, becoming or being conservative will be the out group for a while.
Yep, because right now the in group is being left.
Right.
Or liberal.
Well, see, and then right now it's going to be mixed though because of where politics are and the fact that Republicans are more in power. it's a little awkward for a while.
In what 1 or 2 years, the congressional elections are going to be up, and then
gerrymandering, and nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
I hate gerrymandering, but
well, I mean, the House probably won't be full Republican anymore. So
we'll see. But so in short, with JonTron is I stand with the fact that no, someone shouldn't be barred from doing their job. It's just like GameStop shouldn't ever be able to fire me for me expressing my opinions about their business model and their work. I don't specify which store I work at. I don't specify people I work with for their protection more than my own.
But because they know you work for the company, you now express views for the company, even though you don't. I know, and I think that's what's really dumb. So, like, say you're fine right now because we're unknown. Mm-hmm. But, like, let's say tomorrow we have 3 million fucking subscribers. We go viral for whatever reason. I guarantee you, you might get let go because of views we've said before.
At the very least, I hear something about it.
Oh, yeah. Like, hey, don't talk shit about GameStop.
Yeah.
Next time you talk shit about GameStop, you're out.
Yeah. I mean, so who knows?
They fire you for something completely unrelated, but you get let go.
The funny thing is, I do my job extremely well. So
they could care less.
They would have to try so hard to find something that I do wrong.
Oh, you're 5 minutes late. Get out of here.
No, they don't consider it late as long as you're within the first 7 minutes. It's not considered late in terms of write-ups and whatnot.
Well, I'm sure so.
I'm always early.
It'll change.
There was policy change.
Yep, there was policy change.
36 seconds ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a company. If they want to get rid of it, they'll find a way.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't have problems getting hired.
No.
So.
And if we became a viral sensation, you'd get hired somewhere. Or you wouldn't need it.
Ideally, you know what?
You wouldn't need it.
You know what's funny? And as much as I love video game culture and everything like that, I would love to work for one of the YouTube channels where we talk about like facts, like mental floss, or like D news and stuff like that. Just
that'd be fun.
That'd be so much fun. That's what I enjoy.
Yeah, but are they regular facts or alternative facts?
Both. ¿Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Global warming's real. It's fake.
Whatever.
What gets me more clicks?
Seriously.
Clickbait.
So.
Clickbait. Reaver has a nip slip.
Yep. Switch games.
Let's switch it to the Switch.
Oh, God. Oh! I knew it.
They do cost more.
So, Switch games cost more. Yes, they do. Minecraft Story Mode will be $10 more than anywhere else.
Well, what will it come with?
Same as everything else.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because there's a Minecraft Story Mode regular edition and a Minecraft Story Mode complete edition that both come with two different things.
It's the same ones they're talking about.
All right.
Puyo Puyo Tetris.
It's going to come with everything. I don't know.
It's $40 on the Switch and $30 on the PS4.
Right.
Binding of Isaac Afterbirth is $40 on the Switch. On Steam, $26 with no sale.
Is there any DLC?
That is the DLC. That's the complete. That's like the game plus the DLC.
The Afterbirth.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is. Binding of Isaac.
I know what it is.
Yeah,
I know what
Afterbirth.
No, but you know what the Afterbirth is?
Yes.
It all makes sense with
it all.
That's so nasty.
On Steam, $26 with no sale.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's going to be $40 on the Switch. Are cartridges to blame?
Yes.
Then why is digital same price?
Because.
Yep. Awesome argument. We're done.
Next topic.
Well,
okay. So it's okay. First of all, very first thing, one word: Nintendo. Done. Next point. Yeah, the cartridges. Yes, they have a higher cost of production than the disc, and comparatively. And then you have the problem with selling something. Now this is actually.
I know. I got it. It's the chemical spray that they put on it, so you can't fucking. It's expensive.
It's very expensive. No, this circles back to our argument earlier about digital collections versus physical collections and the pluses and minuses thereof within. So.
Lost your train of thought.
Lost the train of thought completely. Cartridges are to blame. They cost more to produce. Why is digital the same price? Because if they slash the price of digital, then their physical copies will never sell.
Here's my thing. Who cares? I guarantee you the console makers don't care. You know who does care, though? Retailers.
You sure the console makers wouldn't care? Okay, not the console makers, but the game developers. You sure they wouldn't care? Isn't it better for the game developer for the game to sell at $40 than it is for it to sell at $30?
Because they're making their actual profit margin is less because of production costs. If they just sell it online, they just put it up online into the cloud from their own office.
Oh, I remember my train of thought. This is why I have a problem with digital in today's day and age. Because for the most part, right now, let's use Mass Effect as an example. Okay, let's pretend there's a physical copy available of Mass Effect on PC as an example. And at your whatever retail store, Mass Effect physical copy would be $59.99 plus tax.
Yep.
Your digital version would be $59.99 flat.
Flat.
So you're saving tax. Whoop de goddamn do. If you live in a state like Oregon, you're saving nothing.
It wouldn't matter.
So what irritates me is the fact that I have to pay the same for digital than I do for physical. So I have always felt that there should be a discount on digital.
There should be, but here's the reason why. Retailers won't. You'll piss off retail. So console makers don't want to piss off retailers. If you piss off a retailer, they no longer sell your product. So you're gonna sell, because what happens is, you'll buy the console. Boris Johnson 69. Hello, hey, how's it going? Up? Welcome to the DarkSide Gaming Podcast.
Now, is it 69 because you were born in that year, or you were made that way?
You can't. It doesn't
translate. Be part of the process.
Part of the process. Who wants to think about that?
I don't know. I think about it sometimes. Like, how was that made? I wonder, like...
I
wonder, was it a romantic night? Like, did he, take her out to dinner and,
we took a hard left turn.
Give her a nice back rub? Game companies don't need stores.
Here's the thing, though.
Everything digital and PC is prime example number one. When's the last time you bought a PC game from a store?
Never.
Exactly. Well, not never, but not in a long time.
No, not a long time, yeah.
Just your favorite number.
Yeah, who doesn't like 69? It's a nice number. Dinner for two.
High five.
Anyways, so like I was saying, if you piss the console makers, if they piss off the retailers no longer sell their console.
Sure.
So,
but you can just get it online.
But you could get it online. But that's the thing. Some people like to go into a store. There's still some people that go into the store. And you can't do everything completely digital.
He's got one disc for his Xbox and 100 digital games.
Yep. I have 300-something games, I think, on Steam.
I don't think I'm at 300 yet. I get a little over 200. And my numbers get fucked up because I'm sharing my library with somebody else. Also, do you know how to unshare a library?
I forget.
I'm not the good. It's just cluttering my shit.
But anyway. Cluttering. So... You still need a retailer to sell your console. You still need to sell your console.
I think that day is coming to its end.
What, like you just go to Microsoft website, buy your thing, have it shipped to your house?
Dude, I mean, today with the
you can. Like you have Amazon.
Dude, the guide, I know it's not the exact same, not apples to apples, but the guide for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was MSRP'd at $39.99.
My client on Steam, no, it's bundle sales, so like Humble Bundle, random things where you just
massive developer sales on Steam.
Yeah,
and like, hey, buy our entire thing of games for $2.
And it's cheaper than buying each of the games individually, so like I'll end up buying those. Just a whole bunch of games, just random.
But in today's day and age, like for example, the
physical mobile stores,
Breath of the Wild,
with like a food truck, but like game truck.
Oh man, the game truck's here.
That would be kind of cool.
He's got paletas and the new Mass Effect.
Yep. Tamales.
Tamales and Mass Effect.
You ring up your phone provider. They send you the latest phone as an upgrade. Yep.
Yeah, I mean...
yeah.
So, look, because here's the thing. As we are the retail market... No, you could already do that.
Yeah.
You could... if you wanted to upgrade your phone... I know you just upgraded. But if you wanted to upgrade your phone, you don't have to go to a store. The only plus to going to a store is getting hands-on and feeling exactly what it is. However, there's a growing amount of people who don't feel the need to look, touch, smell, taste their new product. They just go online and see what Joe Blow says about it. Oh, Joe Blow likes it? Cool,
I think the reason why is because refunds are getting better now. online.
Yes.
Digital.
Yes.
And that was the
if
biggest
you buy a
hurdle.
PC game, if you buy any game from any retail store, except for Walmart, all I gotta do is get pissed off enough. And I guess that applies to
Costco
any retail store.
Costco, Sam's Club, and all those.
Return everything.
You don't even need a receipt.
Oh yeah, I want to return this.
As long as they sell that product,
I want to return this. But I'm a dick about it. I'm a dick about returns, dude. Fuck you. You're just trying to take advantage of the system. Suck my dick. No. No, I'm just tired of it. I can't wait to finish my education.
He continued. He works retail. I used to work retail. We worked at GameStop. Well, he works at GameStop. I worked at GameStop. I'll tell you anything about GameStop. He'll be a little more. I don't know.
I try to be fair because I am on the inside, so to speak, and I try to understand. And this is just my problem as a person, is I try to understand each person's side, like where are you coming from? All right, that's why you feel this way. That's where I'm coming from. I think you're a dick. That's usually how most of the conversations end anyway. But after 17 years of retail, yeah, that's a bitter Cody. Well, yeah, pretty much.
But so, here's the thing: is like we've all said, "Oh, go digital, games will be cheaper," but they never did.
Right.
Except we get great sales.
We get great, and that's
great
the
sales.
biggest advantage.
Because let's say you spend more money on your PC. Sure. Spend more money on your PC. You're gonna save it over the lifetime of your PC.
Hand over fist.
Hand over fist by getting cheaper games.
Absolutely.
Especially if you wait. If you're a patient person and you can wait until your games come on sale within 3 to 5 months.
He's not.
Some games. I'm not.
Like Civ. I think we've done a good job on waiting on Civ.
I'm probably going to pick it up this summer sale, and it'll be on sale, and we'll play the fuck out of it.
And I think the reason we haven't been in such a hurry is because there's
too many games.
Well,
too crowded.
Too many games, and there's not like a hardcore single-player allure to it. We look forward to the multiplayer part of it, and we know it's going to be, like, that's a big-ass game we're going to be streaming and shit.
Make sure. Yeah. Never connected.
What's this?
This is...
to see your worth?
No.
This.
How do you get someone to pre-order Buggy Day 1 release? I used to pre-order back in the days of SNES and N64. I don't understand why you would pre-order, say, the latest COD when the stores never run out. Yeah, and it's pre-order bonuses. That's why. That's how they get you.
Yes, with certain games. And let's just name off a bunch. Madden, NBA... Any sports, any yearly installment shooter, yes. No store's going to run out. And
ever.
If someone tells you they tried to, that's stupid. They're fucking lying. However,
Atlas.
In the last... no, not even just Atlas. In the last few months, at least I have been keeping personal track of it since the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Almost every single new release, with the exception so far of Mass Effect, I have sold out in the first couple of days and leading into the first week or two. I have... Neo on PS4. No, I didn't sell out Horizon Zero Dawn. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, For Honor.
You actually sold out in your store.
Sold out. Like we were calling people who had it pre-ordered. Hey, you have such and such a game pre-ordered. Did you want to pick it up in the next day or so? If not, I got someone who wants to pick up your copy, and we either get permission or not. Like we were selling out.
Copy. I want the original.
Copy. I want the original. Because of this is because I know I could point to at least one big game, Gears of War 3. When Gears of War 3 was released, GameStop practices at that time, and not GameStop as a company, but GameStop individuals, it was really, really super sketchy. And they would do shit to get you to have a fucking 2-3 copies pre-ordered at each store.
I agree 100% with you, Boris.
Makes more sense to buy old games like the Game of the Year edition. You're 100% correct. But the problem is, like, if it's something you're really looking forward to, Mass Effect is not a game I was going to wait to go Game of the Year.
Because he didn't want to get it spoiled. He wanted to play it now.
That's part of the reason.
I have a few games I want now, and others I can wait.
Legend of Zelda, I did not want to wait. I didn't want to wait a fucking second to play that game. I wanted to play it fucking day one.
And here's the other thing, Boris. Like you were saying, the pre-order DLC, like a gun skin. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's some people who feel like if you're paying for the game, then you deserve everything of that game. In that game.
True.
So therefore they will pre-order because if they don't, then they're going to miss out on something. It doesn't matter how trivial that thing is. Some people just are upset about it. For instance, For Honor has over $700. You have to spend over $700 in order to get all the skins for all the characters out of the box and stuff. People are really upset about that. The reason why I don't care, it's cosmetic. I could care less. It's how they're keeping their game funded. Is through it because it's all cosmetic only. Yeah. So I don't care.
Yeah. Well, remember, and this has been happening less so lately, but back in the day, it used to be that so for certain companies that pre-order bonus would become either free DLC or very, very, very cheap DLC. A month or two after launch. Mm-hmm. I think they should go back to those practices.
No, at least not here in the States. I don't know. You said 15 pounds, so I figure you're across the coast from or across the
pond.
Yeah, you're across the pond.
Across the pond.
But no, people have really short attention spans here. They'll play a game, play through it really fast, beat it, on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Or not even beat it, and they're on to the next thing.
I think it depends on what you're talking about. I think. Yes. In short, yes.
I swear to God, everyone has ADHD.
I know nowadays. I know I do. I have to actively tell myself I'm going to finish this game before I move to the next thing. That's why I was so adamant about finishing Breath of the Wild before picking up Mass Effect. Because especially with a game like Mass Effect, where it has both a good multiplayer and a very strong single player, I knew I'm
a very long single player.
Very long single player. I'm going to be between, which with Mass Effect I am.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be bouncing between these two. Every time I see this guy or Doomsday on, I'm going to be wanting to play multiplayer. So it's going to be difficult to finish it just because of how long it's going to take. And in between, I'm going to have other games coming out that I've been waiting for.
Boris said, most friends I had on Steam, they buy games on sale, but when you check, they're always playing the same game. Like Counter-Strike. Yes. So I will say this. Most people on Steam have a game that they play multiplayer, and that's their game. They will play that when their friends are online or whatever.
Yeah.
Me, I'm very similar. I'll have a game that I play online, Warframe, or any multiplayer game really. I'll play that.
For us, a lot of the games that we would go back to, Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch. Doomsday doesn't play Overwatch anymore, but Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch, Elder Scrolls Online, a little bit. I think everyone, if you're
a game to play with my friends when they're on. If they're not on, then I'm playing my single player games or games I haven't played yet that are in my backlog.
So yes, I think there is definitely that, especially with Steam. Steam makes it so easy to fill your fucking library of backlogs, and you look at the fact that
especially publisher sales.
Holy shit! Well, yeah, I mean, and then sometimes it just makes sense if there's one game on there that you want, and all you have
it's like $15 on sale by itself. But if you buy the whole thing, it's like $20. I'm gonna spend the extra $5 to get the other games. Why not? Even if I don't play them, or I play it for like 10 minutes, I got my money's worth.
I always equate it because working in retail, we always get the I hate to be gender or whatever. Misogynist, but typically it's the wives or girlfriends or whatever. Oh my god, I can't believe you're spending so much on this game. Well, let's do some simple math here real quick. Here in the States and here in California, maybe. The answer is maybe, and then that $5 in our hypothetical example is worth that maybe to us.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, is what your dollar's worth to you. But I always equivalent it. That's not a word. Equivocate it to going to the movies. Going to the movies in California, and at least in our end of town.
A lot of people in the States compare it to this.
Let's just say it's average $12 per ticket.
Games are better value than films already. Yes.
And I agree. And 100%. That's in our opinion. For example, his wife's a cinephile. His wife loves movies and TV shows, specifically movies. And I don't think she would 100% agree.
My American, oh my god, I can't believe you spent that much on a vacuum cleaner and shoes.
Well, vacuum cleaner is not a proper gift to a woman. American, I've told you this before. I've told you this. And their bloody shoes. That's funny.
Yeah.
Not all women.
My
wife's not like that either.
Neither my wife either. I don't have to worry about that.
High five for rational wives.
I know, right? That was a good high five.
That was a good one. But no, I always tell it right. I'm like, look, how much are you spending to do movies? All right, let's just say you're very very good, and only buy the tickets. You just spent $24 for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours if you want to add commercials, whatever, of entertainment. I'm spending $60. Let's just use Mass Effect for example. Let's pretend I didn't pay full price, but let's pretend I did. I'm spending $60 minimum 100 hours. Guaranteed minimum 100 hours of entertainment. Yeah. Because I'm going to play the shit out of the multiplayer, and I think I've already done like 12 hours in the last few days, which isn't much, but then you know, you definitely know.
But I want it.
Exactly. And 100 hours is, I think, on a game like Mass Effect, probably just single player alone, easily, and let's not even fucking start to calculate multiplayer.
Which I was playing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer up until like last year.
Right. Right. And then some games when they're really good, this is the kind of multiplayer, especially if BioWare does a good job. They're already doing a good job. They already released another class. They already released more equipment.
To be fair, they had like 4 or 5 characters that were going to be there for launch on multiplayer, but they pulled them because they weren't up to snuff yet.
Sure. And that's fine.
But now we're getting them as fast as
they're not going to charge us more for it.
No, but not everything multiplayer is free.
So I'm really excited. And my GameStop, fantastic. The moment I get one, they're gone.
Yeah.
So
it's happening pretty much everywhere. It's actually selling so well that Nintendo's doubling production,
and they still anticipate they're not going to keep up with demand.
Yes.
I don't care.
It's
about
like the next Wii.
More. They have. I believe they either have or are really close to crossing the 2 million unit mark.
Yeah. Say whatever you want about the Wii itself, but if you look at sales for the Wii, it was in just about every home in America.
It was absolutely. And then here's I think what I think is going to force the Switch to sell more. I was talking to a guy on Twitch yesterday.
Why would a Wii U owner buy one? Games for the Wii U have now. They're not in production anymore.
They're not. Why would a Wii U owner have one? If you want Zelda, yes, it's going to be the same between the two.
Zelda and Mario Kart 8 are on the Wii U.
Correct.
Those are the last games.
I'll tell you, I'm a Wii U owner. I bought it because the Wii U's dead.
It's a dead platform.
Rip Wii U. It's done. I wanted to.
Reggie even said. I think Reggie's the one who said that there will be no more games produced on it.
No. So.
No, but you can't compare them. You cannot compare the Switch to the other big two. No. And I think this is everyone says the big three. The big three. Well, Nintendo doesn't play by the other two's rules.
Nah.
They're not. Nintendo has never looked at the other two as a competitor.
No.
Ever.
Yeah, and that's as much a good thing as it is a bad thing.
Yes.
We're not like Nintendo. I'm a huge Nintendo fan, and I know you are to a degree too. But we're not the golden defenders of Nintendo.
No, I'm not a diehard.
I will shit on Nintendo any day of the week. There's a lot of things that they do wrong, and I'm not necessarily saying the Switch is. I know the Switch is not as good as the PS4 and Xbox One. That's to me that's simple mathematics. You look at the power that each one can put out, but for what it is going to do and what its real target audience is, which is not us and it's not Europe, it's Asia and it's specifically Japan.
Yeah,
that is 100% their demographic.
And the reason why is we've talked about this on the podcast before is because
they actually commute in community.
Japan commutes 100% of the time. And so they're constantly.
You're right, but so is the PS4's lineup and the Xbox One's lineup, and I'll argue that the Xbox One still doesn't have a good lineup because I can never fill a wall for Xbox One.
Even the 360 didn't have that strong of a lineup. The biggest, longest game out of all of them was freaking Oblivion.
A Game Boy SP.
I remember those.
Dude, they were the best. They folded up.
But no, Boris, even the 360, the lineup, the biggest game on there was Oblivion.
Yeah. So and Cameo
and Halo, I think was Halo a launch title or no?
No, Halo 3 came out a little while later. Yes, you're right, and this is where our initial conversation was. So let's go back to that. Is their cost is more because of their association with retail?
Yep,
that's what it comes down to. Well, I personally think, and I think the proof is going to slowly start stacking up for itself. Retail brick and mortar stores are becoming more and more obsolete, especially in my opinion, boutique style stores like GameStop.
Yeah, GameStop's the only reason GameStop is staying afloat to the point. Let's talk about this really quick. GameStop shares are down 31%.
Yeah, and because 31%, it is rumored closing between 100 and 250 stores
somewhere in
the U.S.
Yeah. Here, let's just change this to random talk because it's exactly what it is.
Random talk. This year, what's the Switch gonna get that's new? They're going to get Mario Odyssey, the game Fire Emblem Warriors. They're getting I'm not sure if the Fire Emblem game is coming out this year as a self-titled thing. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Something that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But what's the other thing here?
Just read it in your head. CEX.
I don't know what that is.
What's the Switch gonna get that new Mario Odyssey? Mario Odyssey is
But and then I named off a few of the things that we're getting that are exclusive to the Switch that will be coming out. And yes, so a Wii U owner on a budget had no reason to grab a Switch. So it's funny because I have a coworker. I don't know if he has an online handle name to call him by, but he.
Yeah, actually, Xbox had to just announce that yes, they have shitty exclusives. They have like almost nothing, whereas PS4 is just exclusive after exclusive coming.
Well, the Xbox. Well, no, it says PS4 and Xbox One have better lineups this year. I would say that PS4 has better lineups this year, not Xbox One.
Yeah.
Xbox One had one really big thing that was coming up, and it got canned. Scalebound.
Yeah, Scalebound.
I was really looking forward to Scalebound.
It was a JRPG that was coming in,
and
now nothing.
What was that? Where'd it go?
And they talk so much about games, and
I love not. Oh, okay, cool. They're gonna go.
I'm the savior. Dexterity.
Oh, nice.
This guy.
We got a sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Oh God.
So. Yes, a Wii U owner, and it's funny because one of the things that I've seen going back when people say yes, it is. I'm not sure where you're reading that it's not. It's definitely getting.
It's got a ton of devs who have already said they're committed that they're making games for it. In one of our podcasts we talked about. We even showed a infographic of like
everybody that's committed to
the devs who've committed to making games for it.
Given Boris, I'll give you that. So a good amount of the stuff that we know is coming up. Yes, it's stuff that's already out, stuff that's already on other systems, and the legendary or remastered or whatever version of it is now coming to the Switch. But to me, that is a olive branch between third-party developers and Nintendo. So it excites me the fact that Bethesda's going to make a game for Nintendo. It excites me the fact that we're going to get some of the other big AAA titles brought over. One of my personal favorites, Disgaea 5, not fully a AAA title, I guess, but it's an Atlas title, so bigger out overseas than it is here. But I love the Disgaea series, and that's coming to the Switch, so that's pretty exciting.
The other thing is a lot of other developers / publishers are waiting to make games for it because they wanted to see how well it's sold.
Right.
And since it's selling, there's going to be a lot more making games. Unlike the Wii U, it never sold. It never took off.
And I wouldn't disagree fully with you that it's a secondary system. I think it depends on who you are and what your focus is.
They're not targeting hardcore gamers.
No, that's the thing that a lot of people look at. They try to. You have to understand that you and me and Reaver, we are not the core demographic.
We're not the core demographic
at all. It is. I'm not gonna. I don't like saying casual because that has such a nasty connotation to it in the PC world. But it's the casual market is the gamer, the Nintendo fan, the people who've been waiting. There's a reason Breath of the Wild is getting perfect scores across the board. I personally have given my own shits on why I don't think it fully deserves perfects across the board. But the fact is that it is still getting those perfects across the board, and no other exclusive can even raise a hand to argue with that.
No. Horizon Zero Dawn's getting great scores, but
it is. But goddamn it fucked itself by coming out so close to Breath of the Wild.
I know
because their gameplay is too similar. It's too much in the same realm.
Yes, they do. They have decided to do that, and part of that is because during the lull in between 360 and PS3 was a rise in PC market. So PC parts were selling through the roof. And the reason was because people were tired of waiting for new consoles to come out. And a lot of gamers have hit the age and understanding that PC is not as expensive as people make it seem it is. And you don't need to upgrade every fucking year. There's no point.
No. Unless you're Reaver.
My wife has a 970. She's running everything medium/high on Andromeda. Looks better than on a PS4 or Xbox One.
Same here.
Same here. And they're running on a 970, which was a couple years old.
When I love it when people come in. Oh, it was super funny. Sorry, side story. But it was super, super fucking funny.
But casuals played the Wii and DS have moved the pole. Not necessarily. Nintendo's trying to bring them back to their handheld.
So super funny side story. I had these two young kids, teenagers, I think, come into the store on Saturday, I guess yesterday, and one was making fun of the other. So one was Xbox One was PS4 fans, right, between these two friends, and one was the Xbox fan was trying to clown on the PS4 fan. So I'm like, I gotta go help this little boy out. So I go over there.
Call them all peasants?
I eventually but I'm like, well, actually, look, let's take a quick... Well, we're emptying the store, and I was being a huge dick about it. But I'm like, let's just go ahead and take a quick analysis of the environment around us. All right, boy, look at this wall. All right, see where the games end? That means I can't fill the wall. I also go over here and look at PS4. I don't have enough space. I'm running out of wall space. And like, so PS4, you made the wise decision. One of these days, your little friend here will grow up. And I start walking away, and they just start laughing, ha ha ha. And then I was like, but you know what? I turn around. At the end of the day, PC Master Race, bitch.
Yeah.
Walk away.
You know, see casual in a Switch. I'd like to be wrong. Well, here's the other thing I wanted to touch. You said EA can't scale Battlefront 2 down to the Switch. No, they can't. But they would not make Battlefront 2 for the Switch. You're going to have separate games. You're going to have different games. You're not going to have multi-platform titles that are across everything also on the Switch. Not necessarily. Like, I'm not saying you won't. You will, but not everything. So, if EA makes any games for the Switch, it'll probably be for the Switch. It won't necessarily be, Battlefront 2 on everything plus the Switch. EA would probably make a game just for the Switch.
This report's already outdated because it was on the 14th, so it's really old for raw numbers. But as of 14th, they had sold 1.5 million units worldwide.
Switches?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's only going up.
Oh, there's a reason that I get angry people on the phone every day. Why don't you have Switches?
Because I don't make them in the back room.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I could grab a box and write Switch on it if you want. So,
it's. Let's see. But with the Wii and Wii U, their only games that sold really was Nintendo's own games.
Yes.
Well, yeah, for sure. And for right now, but because. So here's the reason
you're right, American. I feel like everything should be cross-platform.
Oh yeah, it should be. I should be able to play with the peasants. I love doing it because it just pisses people off.
I know.
Where was I going? With the Wii games.
But Nintendo being the only games that really sold on
Wii
U.
So
Wii and Wii U.
So with the Wii U, Nintendo, no one wanted to make anything. You had Ubisoft wanting to make stuff. You had EA wanting to make stuff, but it never sold. The console itself never sold, so the games that came out for it never really sold.
It was a vicious cycle.
So all the developers and publishers dropped it as a platform. They're like, we're not fucking making anything for this. So for the Switch, though, because it is selling, that means more people will buy the products. Which means there's going to be more made.
I think, Boris, that you're focusing too much on the general population. You have to realize that it's not for the general population.
No, and then you're also comparing... and I'm not ripping on you. I'm just saying you're also comparing games that people buy on the bigger systems with the Nintendo system. It's not apples to apples.
When FIFA sells on a Switch, it's not going to be for that FIFA hardcore gold pack buying multiplayer guy. It's going to be for that guy's kid who doesn't want fucking around on his machine.
Yeah, and you got to remember, Nintendo, the developers are going to be making different games for the Switch. You're not going to have COD for the Switch. You're not going to have... True. You know what I mean? It's just not going to... it's not apples to apples.
No. And here's the thing, too. The entire Switch's appeal is the fact that it is a hybridization system. Is the fact that in theory, I could bring over my Switch, lay it down, hand a controller to Reaver, and we could get down on playing.
Well, I'm comparing the big AAA games. Yes, but Nintendo's going to get its own AAA games, is what I'm saying. And not necessarily only from Nintendo.
And I feel very, very bad for those people.
Yeah, I call those the bro gamers.
Educate them, bro. I feel like you would know better. Give them something good to play. Tell them there's something beyond COD and FIFA.
I call those the bro gamers. These are the jocks in school who decided to be like the geeks or have the geeks machines because they were having too much fun. but decided to try to take it over and be
man, I'm a gamer.
COD and FIFA and Madden. Yeah, well, FIFA because you're across the pond.
Nintendo very slow? I don't fully understand.
I don't know if he's talking about the system, the company itself.
The system itself is snappy. F-Zero. No, that's F-Zero. Captain Falcon, the whole racing game. It's not out. Yeah, you're. I see what your point is. An ideal launch would have had a full-blown Super Mario game, a Metroid game, a Star Fox game, a F-Zero, fucking Kid Icarus, a Kirby, and everything. But wish in one hand and shit in the other. You're not going to get everything on day one.
No.
Zelda was their focus. Zelda was their system seller, and it worked. As much as we will or won't agree on it, it worked. The fact that they are at or more than 2 million units speaks for itself. Already. Like I said, I just found that article. It said 1.5 is the 14th. It is now the 26th. Guaranteed they're over 2 million. So it's... Yeah, they're not there. Their classic RPGs are not there. And they should be. But, baby steps.
Yep. It doesn't have to have a strong lineup if there's one game that's already super strong that's pushing the system.
When we picked up our PS4s, there was no good lineup.
No.
There was Ghosts, Battlefield 3, or maybe 4. I don't remember.
Fucking Ghosts.
Assassin's Creed 4. Whatever fucking sports game. Who gives a shit? And then... Who knows what the fucking... Nothing great.
Actually, the lineup was a bunch of games that already came out on the PS3.
Yeah. Ghost, Assassin's Creed, whatever sports
and games. You could do the $10 upgrade.
That was pretty sweet. I remember that. I enjoyed that. But the lineups, yes, could it have been better? It could always be better. And I guarantee you, if it had a version or a iteration of every single game that you could possibly think of to name, there would still be something that people like you would find that not perfect.
And I will say this. Nintendo has decided not to front load. They decided to drip feed. So there's constantly something to play.
Yeah, so far every Friday we've gotten more and more games on eShop, given a lot of them are Neo Geo titles which I couldn't give a shit about.
It's also it was also a different time period.
Yeah, it was a different time period.
Businesses did things a little differently.
Yeah.
And now it's... So what Nintendo's decided to do is instead of throwing everything at you at once, they decided to stagger it. Yeah. So that way you constantly have something to play. So by the time people are fed up and done, like completely done with Zelda, like the hardcore Nintendo fans, another big Nintendo game will be out.
Yeah. Well,
that's how they plan on doing it.
Next month there'll be Mario Kart, and I do think it's almost comically hilarious how much people are looking forward to it from my experiences, because it's the same thing.
Virtual console games not crossing over.
I wish they did cross over. I wish that my purchases that I made on the Wii U.
Are they doing some type of upgrade thing or no? You just gotta straight up buy it over again.
No, I don't know. They haven't said. So far, none of the eShop games they have are the same ones that were on Wii U or 3DS. I think they could score a major win because since I had to link one of my Nintendo accounts and I chose to link one that I had more purchases on because I had several. If they want to score a big win with the public, they'll go and say, all right, cool, Sojex has these games purchased. Wham, bam, bam. Either here's some form of credit for it, not necessarily credit, but hey, if it becomes available on this eShop, here's your copy.
True, but not all of them. But I see what you're saying.
Most of them are Microsoft exclusive ones.
But the library is getting bigger all the time.
Sure.
So I will say that.
Yeah, but you're not talking apples to apples. The Switch doesn't have a disk drive. Not sure if you're aware. How are you gonna do that? It doesn't have a disk drive. And to keep its mobility, they couldn't put a disk drive in it.
Yeah. So I don't know. And that just goes to backwards compatibility.
I don't give a shit about backwards compatibility.
I've never cared for backwards compatibility. I mean, I have a PC. That's my main console. It's not console, but it's my main form of gaming. Okay. It's my main form of gaming.
Doomy called the PC a console.
I know you're hating on the Switch, and that's fine.
No, and that's fine.
And I find myself defending it more than I feel like, but I want to be fair about it, and that's why I'm defending it.
Good job. I don't work in GameStop.
Probably a good thing. He doesn't work at GameStop because he's hating on it. and he wouldn't be able to sell it because he'd just be bashing it.
And I mean, like, that's... I know I've said it several times. I don't like people, and this applies to any type of video game entertainment choice, that you think yours is superior to others. You can't. Because there are things that different games will be able, different systems will be able to do that yours can't.
Yeah, true. Always. And then there's exclusives for them, and you grab the system where you have your friends at.
And this is why
I didn't have that many friends when I built my PC.
No.
But I made new ones. I made new gaming friends.
I don't know if they're your friends. They just kind of tolerate you.
No, Doom's my boo.
About DLC.
Okay, go ahead, shoot.
Hit us
with it.
Except PC
Master Race, bro. I do it to fuck with him all the time. You damn console peasant. But you're not.
Oh, I'm picking up games on my PS4 so my dad doesn't feel lonely.
This guy, right now. There wasn't that much in the way of news, except one big piece of news, which I didn't want to do because it was too much research. Microsoft is at the Supreme Court with a court case, a class action lawsuit. Where
bad consoles?
No, actually, yes, from the 360 era.
They owe us money. I never bought a 360.
So what happened was, there was a class action lawsuit against Microsoft for defective consoles because you know how they deeply gouge.
Yeah, because they were shit.
Yeah, for moving. There was a piece in there specifically meant to gouge it if it moved. That's why you had that deep gouge. Yeah. So. For Honor for PS4 is the same as on PC, though. You need a damn controller either way. I know.
Not if you're PC Master Race. You know how to use a keyboard and mouse, or you don't.
Yeah. Looks like you're actually a console peasant, American.
Damn, boy.
I feel like we're not going to get that question.
No.
About the DLC. But anyways, so, yeah, it was a class action lawsuit about that. It went all the way up to the Ninth Circuit. Circuit, whatever. And then,
Took me a second.
Yeah. And then the
creators are PC racists.
Oh God. Okay, here we go. So take COD as an example.
Terrible game.
They now take 3 years. You get, say, 12 multiplayer maps. Then 3 months later, they have another 4 ready. So do you reckon they already finished those maps over 3 years? They just held them back? Possibly. And then even those 4, you usually get one that's a remake of a previous Call of Duty.
Lately.
So you're actually only getting 3 with one that's remastered.
That's what it's been lately. I have always, especially with how it's been lately, where you're buying the maps and then the chance to get the guns and shit. God damn it! Yeah, Call of Duty is just.
We talked about this earlier. You probably joined in a little too late.
No, it's fine. But we can, we can kind of reiterate on that. We don't like their business model, but unfortunately, their business model keeps making them money, so they're going to keep doing it.
My gripe with Call of Duty is the fact that they put no. I would probably still play Call of Duty if not for this one thing. They add new guns into. With the DLC. Mm-hmm. Or even in the main game. And they put them in the crates. And the only way to get the crates is to play a shit ton of fucking matches. And then open the crates for a chance of getting those guns. Instead of being able to earn them another way. Even if I spent money, cash, physical cash on those crates, I still only have a chance to get those guns. Right. That is fucking not okay.
Do I think that they have the maps ready to go before? And that's fine. Like we have personally just chosen to not play.
No, and that's another thing too. I find the whole idea of season passes asinine. I don't understand. You're paying for something, you have no idea what you're getting.
Right.
Give us money, and hopefully we'll give you what you want.
True.
You're paying for something, you have no idea what you're gonna get.
True. Yeah, we used to be notorious for using all the guns when we did play. Like we tried everything. Like we would have our types that we would stick to mostly, But we would, especially if it was a new gun.
If I pay for a fucking DLC, I better get all of it.
At least give me the option to not use it.
If I pay for a DLC, I want what I paid for.
And so did we. We grew up without DLC season passes.
So did I. I grew up in the era of expansions. When you got an expansion, it actually extended the game about the same length as the base game.
I grew up when we had dial-up.
Yeah, I'm 30. You're 4 years older than me. We grew up in the same time frame.
I'm 26, but I grew up in a very... 26? Yeah, 26, but I grew up in a very... I always forget all the names for some reason. I grew up in a very, 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 very poor area, so I was about 10 years behind on tech. I'm only about 3 years behind on tech.
Actually.
Yeah, I know.
Yep, COD is the reason why I became entire mainstream.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's a difficult fucking balance, right? Because we want more
Although
maps.
I think it was Assassin's Creed that started the season pass. I can't remember. Someone
Ubisoft for sure.
Yeah.
A Borderlands maybe?
Well, games have actually gone down in price, taking into account inflation. Yes, true. No one was going to buy a $70 game, though. It wasn't going to happen.
No. And it's... Well,
so they had to find a way to recoup money some other way.
So now they don't do all the work.
Now they don't do all the work. Now it's that perfect example of that picture where you have a full hamburger and it was $60. And then now you have 2 buns and it's $60, and then everything else is DLC'd out.
Mm-hmm. Or pre-order exclusives.
Or pre-order exclusives.
Who started it? My earliest memory of a season pass is a Ubisoft game. I want to say Assassin's Creed. But I also remember Borderlands doing a season pass. Second one.
No, what? Oh, LA Noire, I think.
No. Well, I remember it had that would have been Rockstar. I remember it had no, EA Sports does actually do season passes. They do a.
It was either THQ or Ubisoft who did it first.
I don't think it was Battlefield. But they definitely hop on that. Yeah, actually, you know what? Maybe it was Battlefield. Because I remember Battlefield.
There we go.
The history of the season pass.
If it wants to load, I'm about to find out. I actually want to know this for future reference.
I think some season passes are stupidly priced.
The LA Noire. I think it was I think they started.
Yeah, that's true. Now they have season 1. For example, what's it called? Rainbow Six Siege. They now have a year 2 season pass.
Well, yeah, because you're only buying the season's pass.
Yeah, you're only buying one season worth of pass.
Yeah. You're buying this season's pass. So.
Was it Battlefield 3? Fuck, that doesn't feel old enough.
It was Rockstar who started the ball rolling with 2011's third-person crime adventure LA Noire. They provided owners of the game with a so-called Rockstar Pass, which granted access to 4 new missions. Instead of the usual full $20, this pass reduced the price by half. Shortly after that, games like Mortal Kombat and Uncharted 2 offered similar packages.
Yep.
See, but they charged... It was only half. You would get half price if you bought it right now. Now it's only like... You're only saving $10 total.
I got from my employer. I got a free copy of Street Fighter V, so I own it. I played it a little bit, and then in its initial launch, it was so fucking broken, I didn't keep playing it.
Yeah, so it was Rockstar that started the season pass.
Thanks, Rockstar.
But it was EA and Ubisoft who pushed it.
Yeah.
And Activision. Let's be
Activision. So yeah, there you go. That's a quick little history lesson. Yeah, you're right. And,
yes.
And it's I mean they use the word season
as this year's.
You
get
not even some.
It's this year's.
Yeah, roughly. But Call of Duty comes out in November. You get a season pass. It works for the entirety of how long that Call of Duty game is out.
Yes. Well, only because the next one comes out next November. Oh man. So from November to November.
I wonder if they're gonna make another Call of Duty. I can tell you exactly what day is coming out.
Yep. I can tell you exactly. Actually, here. Well, I'll even give you the fucking date.
First Tuesday of November. November 4th. Damn it, 6th. 7th.
November 7th is when it will come out.
Bam. Confirmed.
Yep. Which is free to play, has more content than Street Fighter V. Yes.
sales is an evolving beast. Every single time you turn around, something keeps changing. I sold cars for a couple of years, and even within just the 2 years that I was there, the amount of knowledge and information that was out there and how someone bought a car changed within those 2 years. To make a living, you had to
good luck
change everything.
Too many. Yes, we vote with our wallets, but too many people don't give a shit. They'd rather throw their money at the
company. Are games getting worse? No, I think expectations change and expectations get overhyped. I don't think games are getting worse. I think we're getting oversaturated with what we see. It's like
no.
Do you think games are getting worse?
I think we're getting less content for our money. For sure.
I can agree with that.
We're getting less content. So I mean, if that's what you want to define as worse, then yes.
Well, and this is why. Go ahead.
Places like companies like CD Projekt Red, though. Perfect example of how a game company should run.
Yeah, they're the diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, you get $60, you get your game. The 2 DLCs that they came out with were real DLC. They were expansions.
They were full real expansions.
They were full real expansions that actually added value and content into the game.
Yes.
They took time and effort.
But then it took almost 2 years for both of them to come out entirely.
Because they took their time on it.
No, not 2 years, like a year and a half.
Because I guarantee you, when it went gold, they had a small team working on patches for Witcher, and then the rest of the team was working on the rest of the expansions, and they did 2, and they weren't $60 a pop. They weren't fucking stupid expensive. They worked on it, and it came out, and they were amazing.
Yeah. Well, and we might be in the minority here, but so far we are liking Mass Effect. We're recognizing its shortfalls in Andromeda. We're not like defending them and saying, "Oh no." We earlier, you also missed this part of the podcast. We're talking about some of the things that could have been better, some of the facial animations, some creative aspects. But I don't. I think saying games are getting worse would be too encompassing to cover what we see in the gaming market. We live in an age where every single day there's another shitty mobile game coming out that while us might ignore it, other people don't. Where there has to be multiple versions of games and 14 different collector's editions and pre-order bonuses and shit. So are they getting worse? I don't think so. I just think that the environment is changing and that it's not, and we're also not 10 years old being wowed by a game for the first time ever.
Just Deuce, you need to change your name on here to American Infidel, so everyone knows who you are since you play with us.
Right. Just is 99% on PC and a little bit on
console.
Yeah, I played Mario. I downloaded it. Like I said, because I'm a Nintendo fan, I'm gonna download it, check it out, especially because it was free. And then as soon as I saw that it was $10, I uninstalled the motherfucker.
Doom. He's on PS2, lol. Came in with a quickness.
Damn, there's Doom.
I know, he's always silent. This fucker never talks.
I agree, it is an embarrassment. Nintendo, I think it shows that Nintendo's not fully in touch with what the mobile market is. And as much as hardcore gamers might despise mobile games, they're a recognizable market. They make way too much fucking money to dismiss them entirely.
200 games. Damn. Just Deuce. There you go. That's what you need to do.
So
find it.
Okay, I'm gonna be a dick. How many of them were like yearly or semi-yearly reinstallations? Like, did you have 14 different FIFAs? Because to me, they all count as one game.
Yeah.
Did you have 12 different Maddens? They all count as one game.
Well, then does all the different Mass Effects count as one game, or are they count separately?
No, because they're 3 individual real games.
Like Niantic, like Pokemon.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let me see.
Let me see. On that green Xbox Mountain Dew edition. What? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't believe so. I believe it's made by Nintendo, fully
right there,
yeah.
Nintendo.
So I'm trying to see if another name pops up, but I'm pretty sure this is just Nintendo.
Oh, bro, you black screened.
Oh, makes sense.
Thought you installed this.
I'm going to.
Yeah, no, another name popped. So it's Nintendo.
Just Nintendo. And see, I have strong feelings against modding.
But yeah, we're
in that sense.
We were talking about when we were talking about Mass Effect.
Right.
We were mainly talking about missed opportunities.
Yeah.
How they could have done things a little differently, but we're still enjoying the game. We like it.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
We would be honored if you would
well,
join
Boris,
us.
welcome to the dark side.
There was the actual Mountain Dew edition of the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Buy it.
Oh, yeah. Go buy it, American.
Go buy it. We'll play it.
Go get that. I won't play it, but
play,
you go get it.
No, we'll play Halo 2, man.
We'll play Halo 2.
Yeah, I know.
So, one thing I wanted to talk about, and I totally forgot to do that, it actually is not the animators who fucked that up.
What?
The
Illuminati.
So the animators make everything, made all the animations, and then there's an automated process that they give to the people who do the cutscenes and all that. Those people are supposed to do a bug check pass on all of it and make sure everything's working fine. No one did. And so it's an automated process that the other team uses. I'll get more detail next Sunday when we bring that back up.
Sure.
Because we'll have played more, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more.
Yeah.
But it's... Should the animation have progressed from 2 and 3? They should have. And then it's also brand new tech. It's the brand new Frostbite engine that it's all on.
Yeah, we're talking about since they had to rebuild from the ground up with these. They didn't just get to copy and paste and kind of retouch some stuff.
Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 were amazing. They're well worth a playthrough.
Absolutely. Mass Effect 1 is probably the only one that's a little rough to get back to. What?
Yeah, I said they're
5.
Well worth a playthrough. Or 5.
Or 5. Goddamn. Yeah, dude, we played Mass Effect 1 so much.
God, how many times do you play Dragon Age Origins?
6 times through, 100 hours each time.
600 hours, huh?
Yeah, I put 600 hours into Dragon Age Origins.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I remember. I'll tell you why he put that many hours into that game. I'll tell you exactly why.
I remember why.
Because he played with a sub 1080p monitor.
I had that RGB.
TV he had RGB back then still. Then when he finally got an actual TV, he was looking at icons. He was like, "Oh my god!
Oh, I didn't
realize
there's something in there." Yeah.
And because of that, it gave him a whole... So he had already put probably like 300 hours in the game. Easy. And then he got it and he put another 300 because it was almost like a whole new experience.
It was like a brand new game to me. It was really fun to play it through. It was my first game that I played in like HD.
I played Dragon Age Origins for 30 minutes.
Yeah, dude. No, I love Dragon Age Origins. And then Dragon Age 2 was unfortunately... It never lived up to it.
It's well worth it. Mass Effect 1's just kind of hard to get into just because it's really old.
Mass Effect 2, though, I think still holds really, really well.
Yeah. But it's well worth playing through. I mean, obviously you don't need to be a completionist on 1, but get through it for the story.
You can just rush
then
through
hop
it.
over
Honestly,
through 2.
I think a quick rush through...
But they're fun.
30 to 50?
I love it. It's one of my favorite franchises.
I mean, it was one of the first games that really gave us a lot of choice, or at least illusion of choice, for a lot of situations in games. And then especially when you get to the culmination of the story and how your decisions affected the outcome of, in this case, the system that you're in. It was good.
They are very long games, so they'll take up a lot of time.
I think Mass Effect 1 will rush through 30 to 40 hours maybe. If you just rush through. But it's difficult to rush through that one because everything's brand new.
You've already been in hacked lobbies.
What?
Again? Or are you just talking about that one time? He was in one lobby where your ammo wouldn't go down.
What?
So you can just sit there and just fire all day.
That's garbage.
And your powers were instantaneous on
garbage.
refresh.
That's garbage.
So it's bound to happen, especially this early, because the developers are too busy fixing other things to pay attention.
Yeah, to fucking play campus monitor.
What spec to PC do I have? I have a Skylake i7 6700K CPU. I have a 1070. And some other stuff. I'm probably going to switch out my motherboard for a newer one at some point. I don't like it.
I don't like.
I had two 970s, but I got the 1070 and gave one 970 to him.
Yup.
And one to my wife. You could have played Breath of the Wild and Wii U emulator. It's not 100% done yet. It will be in the next couple months, though. And I plan on grabbing it and trying it. Because I don't know when. Reaver knows about the Hack Hauser single player going. Bob Ross. What is this one? cool story. How's the single player going? She's taking 970. Nice.
Oh, this is the beanie I was telling you about.
I like. That is thick.
Yeah, it's all hot.
Like
my asshole.
So that might do it for this week. Boris, just to let you know, we do a podcast every week on Sundays, starting at 2:30
our time. Pacific Standard?
2:30 Pacific Standard Time. 2:30 p.m. our time. So whatever that is for you.
Sounds
made actually my Steam account for Xbox. What? Sounds mad. I actually swapped my Steam account for Xbox.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, like sorry that happened. No, I
Nearly 1 a.m. here. Fuck.
Where the fuck are you?
Where are you at, Boris? Just curious.
Boris.
That's fucking late for him, or early, however you want to look at. I need that one.
It's a face mask. It goes over.
I need it.
Balaclava style. 7,000 power board points.
I swapped with a friend. He's in England. Or not just do said England, but in UK. Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. Alright, well. Boom!
Actually, in England. Yeah, UK.
Well.
Otherwise, EU.
Yeah.
Yeah. They switched. Brexit and all that.
Brexit.
Alright, so I guess that'll do it for this week.
Send nudes.
I'm probably going to do some more multiplayer at some point.
Today, I have to do some homework. I was feeling pretty shitty on Friday, so I didn't do anything, so I'm really weak out of my homework.
Bastard. You need to get on some more multiplayer with us.
Suck my balls. There it is, Persona 5. Oh, I can't wait.
Rush your computer, remember? Nope. Boris Johnson. Don't know.
I bet streamers don't know who Boris is.
Reaver, Sojex.
Yeah, what up?
If you're talking about us.
Yeah. Boris.
Don't know.
Boris.
Anyways, that's gonna do it for now.
I remember that was the name of one of the characters in Rampage. Boris. I think the Rhino.
I don't know.
Obviously not who you're talking about, so.
Oh, you're right. We don't know. Anyways, so that'll do it. Boris Johnson was the mayor of London. Oh, okay. There you go.
Cool. The more you know.
Yeah. The more you know. Alright, well, that'll do it for us. We will see you all. Actually, where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
We will see you all on the dark side.
Hey, I'll let you boy.